Hey everybody, Bill Hoy here. What in the world's going on? It's my YouTube channel. Let's see, in this video I was getting ready to start really talking about how these governors here in our country are just looking at it from an inside the box perspective, are clearly overstepping their bounds. I mean, of course, when looking at things from a standpoint of truth, which is our natural rights, are absolutely violating it. But with these lockdowns inside the box, inside their own box, their own box of government, they're violating their own, they're violating the Constitution, and they don't have the rights to just make up these laws that restrict our movement, our freedom of movement. These governors don't have this right, folks. And I was going to talk about that, but you know what? How about this, huh? I actually got my first insult on YouTube. I got my first insult, folks. That's great. I'm happy. Got my first insult. I got my first, full, a full, real, actual comment with a little bit of substance. So, without further ado, let me go to this comment. The comment was about my video Nextdoor, which is the Nextdoor site, about neighbors supposed to be working together, which actually you got a lot of neighbors out there that are looking to censor people that are not saying things that they think shouldn't be on the site. And the things my threads were taken off, and all I was just trying to do was just alert people to the fact that our constitutional freedoms are being absolutely eviscerated. I mean, these lockdowns, folks, are just absolute within the box overstepping of authority, and outside the box, I mean, forget about it. I mean, it's total horrendous violation of natural law. And if we really knew and understood what our rights are, that our rights are birthrights, we're born with these rights, where our rights are immutable, inalienable. The founding fathers didn't put an addendum in the Constitution for virus outbreaks, folks. Come on, let's snap out of this shit. We really got to understand that these are incredible violations of our rights. These lockdowns, telling us we can't have gatherings. I mean, even I'm not into any religions. I'm not into any of these religious boxes. But I mean, if people want to practice certain religions, it's the cultural religions, like Christianity and Judaism and Islam and stuff like that, and have their little church meetings. They the First Amendment is an assertion of those natural rights that they have to do that. And once again, folks, be very clear with the Bill of Rights. The founding fathers didn't just make up those rights. Those rights are natural rights, and they wrote them down. And once again, thank God they did. Just look at these lockdowns. Imagine we didn't have this Constitution. It'd be all over. It'd be game over, dude. It would have been game over decades ago. Centuries ago, it would have been game over. But I really wanted to talk about that, but I got a wonderful comment here. Got my first insult. Awesome. So let me just get started. It was to the Nextdoor as a censorship site. I really can't pronounce this name. I don't want to insult you. Once again, thank you for commenting. I really appreciate it. And I had another couple comments. There were a couple small ones. I'm not really sure. I can never really tell. Folks, I'm sure we've all watched the show Catfish, and when it comes to these computers, you don't know who or what you're talking to. So I don't even know. But this is my first comment that had some substance to it, and I'm happy. Man, I'm not even going to try to pronounce your name. I don't want to slaughter it. Man. PFIEHBD is the first name. DJOF I probably should get glasses, but I'm stubborn. I don't want them. I think it's IJH. I don't want to slaughter your name, dude. So I'm just gonna say thanks. And so here we go. So let's dissect this here, folks. So this is from my responder. Thank you for responding. I really appreciate it. I do. This is what I wanted people to do. This is what I said. Just comment. I don't care what you say. You want to say I'm an asshole? Go ahead. we could, folks. I'm not making these videos because I just want to. Don't misunderstand me. I do want to commune with people with like ideas and start a community and let's get together and start to bring our value systems in alignment with natural law. I'm all about that. But really, these are the people that I really want to talk to. The people who are struggling, the people who will get offended by this stuff. And I'm not saying I'm perfect at all, folks. Please don't misunderstand me. I've said this on many occasions. I'd be willing to bet many of the researchers whose work I push people to look into, I try to encourage people to look into, would probably comment and insult the shit out of me too, probably. They probably wouldn't like my material. So, but you know what? Even if one of those researchers said, your work is garbage, I'd still recommend them, dude. Because once again, it's not about making friends. It's not about, once again, hey, if I make friends, great, dude. It's cool. I'm glad if I make friends. But it's not about making friends, and it's not about, the researchers I recommend, you have to recommend me. Nah, man. It's not even about that, dude. It's about the information, it's about the truth, and it's about trying to heal our souls and spirits and move humanity towards what we're truly meant to be, and that's a beings of higher consciousness. And boy, did I watch a great show last night on Prime about Nikola Tesla. It was a good one. I should have gone and just check out the title. It was a good one about Nikola Tesla, dude. Nikola Tesla is the shit, dude. I'm telling you, man. That dude was creating things back in the late 1800s, early 1900s that would make people today, that would shock people today. Let's get to the comment. So, thank you for responding. I don't want to slaughter your name, so let's go with this comment. So let me get this straight. You're anti-communist, yet you are chiding people for eating meat. You must not have many political allies. I don't understand these texting codes. ROFLMAO, you goddamn nitwit. Thank you. Thank you very much for responding. That's great. I'm glad you responded. But let me just break down this message here, because I see, I sense a lot of, let's just break down the message. So, okay, so he says, let me get this straight. You're anti-communist. No, dude. Okay, see right there. You're anti-communist. See, this is what people do. This is what so many people do when I try to explain things to them. They want to put me in a box. They want to put me in a box right away. You're anti-communist. So I must be a pro-capitalist or something. Look, folks, I'm not mentally, I'm not inside any of these boxes. Mentally, I'm still in some boxes because I got to participate in some religions like government and the monetary system in order to not be murdered and enslaved. Oh, I already am enslaved, but not to be murdered and further enslaved, and so I can eat and survive. And that's the whole idea of that monetary system based on scarcity. Puts everybody in survival mode. That's what they want. They keep pushing that survival ideology in the mainstream, media with all these surviving shows and stuff like that. But this person's put me in a box. This person's putting me in a box right away, and my man, I'm not in any boxes. I'm not in any boxes. I freed myself from these boxes. You know what? You know what? If I'm anti anything, I'm anti I'm anti aggression. And when I say aggression, okay, I'm not a pacifist, okay? When I say aggression, I mean initiating an act of violence on another sentient being. I mean initiating putting another sentient being, human being, under duress by stealing from them, extorting them, threatening them with violence and stuff like that, or engaging in violence against someone, which is what these lockdowns are. It's what these lockdowns are. You want to talk about duress? When are we going to wake up, dude? But once again, if I'm anti anything, that's what I'm anti, dude. You know, I'm anti, you know, I'm anti the whole idea of humans ruling over other humans. No human has the right to do that. No human has the right to rule over another human. No human has the right to say you can't, you can't, have a restaurant and have people in there to consume food and stuff like that. No one has that right. No one has that right. Once again, the Founding Fathers didn't put an addendum in the Constitution for virus outbreaks. All right? Come on. Enough of this shit. But, yeah, so they're putting me in a box, and then he says, you're chiding people for eating meat. I was absolutely not doing that, okay? Maybe, I don't know, the next door video, it was, once again, folks, I guess I don't have enough maybe RAM on this computer. I just started, doing this, and I really don't have a lot of time. I've tried to do a video 38 minutes long, and it wouldn't load. So I've been just keeping my videos to 15 minutes, and I've been starting to see that I can get away with about 22 minutes, stuff like that, in these videos. So I'm kind of, in a lot of these videos, I'm just throwing a lot of things together, and I'm not really completely explaining everything. And I do have other videos where I'm pretty sure one of these days, I keep saying I'm going to do this, I should just go over all my videos and make sure that I've covered everything, so people, when they look at some of my videos, I mean, at least they could go to my other videos and I'll cover things that maybe you're confused about. I mean, my videos aren't necessarily a tapestry, but I do have some core videos that I talk about, about order followers, natural law. Those are like core videos that really, establish a base for talking about a lot of these fucked up issues in our world here. But no, I was not chiding anybody for eating meat, dude. Definitely not. You must not have any political advice and a bunch of letters, and then you goddamn nitwit. How can I best break this down here? How much time have I got? All right. What do I want to talk about first? It's not that I don't have anything to talk about here. I have a ton to talk about. I just don't. I want to try to fit this in good correctly here, so I can make a clear tapestry. Let me just start with my response, okay? I'll just say what I responded with. Once again, I really thank you for commenting. This is what I want. Even if, like I've said in past videos, you want to call me an asshole, go ahead. This is the process, folks. This is the process. This is the feeling the anger process. This is how we change. This is how we change. This is great shit, man. I love this. But I said, you apparently didn't listen to what I said, or perhaps I didn't make this clear. Like I was talking about, throwing these videos together. Sometimes I don't make everything clear. I'm sorry. I still do eat meat. I'm pretty sure I made that clear in some of my videos. Once again, I really should look it over, make sure that I make that clear. I am drastically cutting my meat consumption down for health reasons, but also because animals are sentient beings, and to harm them is a violation of natural law. Now, I'm pretty sure I made this clear. I'm pretty sure I made this clear in that video. The next door, if not another video, I can't remember. Once again, I should look over my videos again. That, you know, if I'm in a situation, even if I was to not eat meat at all anymore, once again, I've drastically reduced my meat consumption over the past year to where, you know, I was eating almost meat 3 meals a day, where I'm now only eating meat meals, like 2 meat meals a week. And I really don't eat much red meat. The way I look at it, see, once again, crunch for time. I mean, I can really explain this in detail, but it would take me forever. I mean, really, the way I look at it is, if I couldn't actually slaughter the animal myself, once again, not in a survival situation, just in a normal situation, like, hey, you know what, I feel like some hamburgers. Oh, hey, there's Bessie the cow out there. Let me go out and cut her head off and cut her up, and let's have some hamburgers, and hey, we'll have filet mignon tomorrow. My point is, in a survival situation, I'm going to kill an animal, you know, I'm going to do what I have to do. But if there's other options that don't involve harming another sentient being, I'd like to take those options and eat that food. So I made it clear, I know I did this in the video, I made it clear that I was not the pinnacle of morality. I absolutely made that clear. And I wasn't chiding anyone. That's what he said. You are chiding people for eating meat. I was not chiding anyone for their diet. Absolutely not. I'll tell you what I was chiding people for. I was chiding people who support the violation of the U.S. Constitution and support censorship. That's who I'm chiding, amongst more. I want to be free, and I'm going to work to align my behaviors with natural law. I'm not political at all. And then I say to him, to this person, it seems like you are stuck inside the box of government violence. If you listen to my videos, you would learn that I may not agree with how other people live their lives, but I would never advocate for government violence to be used to get them to conform with my values. Okay? That sums it up in a nutshell right there. I'm not inside those boxes, man. And then these letters, you must not have many political allies. No, you're right, I don't have many political allies. And you know, it's a good point. You know what, this is actually a pretty good point. I can't tell you how many times researchers have started trying to tell people about how, you know, eating meat is immoral. And look, let's be honest here. You know, these vegans out here, I mean, you know, I would never be inside that vegan religion. That would never be me. I'm not inside any of these boxes, folks, and I'm not trying to put myself inside any of these boxes. Okay? You know, these vegans, they sit here and talk about how, you know, having animals all caged up in cages to be prepared for meat consumption is immoral, but then they have no problem with human beings being in cages. That's okay. They have no problem with human beings being thrown in cages for possessing a plant or a bag with some powder in it or some shit. These vegans, folks, everyone in these boxes always contradicts themselves. Always. And I guess this guy is saying that I'm contradicting myself, but I'm not. You know, I'm just saying, I'm working, once again, like I've said in my past videos, I'm working to align myself with natural law. And I'm working to align my behaviors with that. And I'm not chiding anyone for eating meat. I'm just telling people the truth. And then I'm telling you what I'm doing. I'm not worried about what you're doing. And I would never try to make somebody feel bad because they eat meat, you know, and that's usually the big one. That's usually what kills it. That usually what destroys a lot of researchers. Once they start telling these truths, people just don't want to deal with them, and a lot of people are so used to all that militant veganism and all that crap, and that's not me, man. It's not me at all. You want to eat meat? Go ahead, dude. You know, you want to eat meat, go ahead. Just here in the United States, there's going to be 329 million more people that are going to be eating meat right alongside you, pal. So, I mean, you know, I'm just trying to, you know what? Read the book. I think it's Daniel Kirby, something like that. Animal Factory. That's what really got me started. It wasn't really the morality thing. I started understanding the morality thing, but really what got me started, what kick-started me, was the book Animal Factory, and reading about how these animal factories, these hog farms and stuff, are just destroying the environment. And I mean, really bad. I mean, it's read about shit storms. I mean, that's really, it would like shit fog, like a fog would blow downwind from these farms, and it'd be like, and when the fog moved away, there'd be shit slime dripping off people's houses and shit. This is this is the product. This is the result of what we eat. And you know what? If we Americans could just cut meat out of our diet two meals a day, we could topple these disgusting factories. But so I'm not getting militant on anybody, man. You want to eat meat, you go ahead. I do. I still do. I still do. I'm just trying to align myself with natural law. That's all. I'm not trying to criticize anybody, but I'm running over. All these letters. Look, folks, if you want to insult me, please just spell it out for me. I mean, really say it out for me so I can understand it. I don't understand these code languages and all this stuff. I'm not really interested in ROFLMAO. Just, if you want to insult me, please just say it out like you goddamn nitwit. Thank you. At least you spelled it out for me. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you commenting. And once again, I could talk forever, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this video on, so I'm going to have to cut it out. So, governors, you don't even have the constitutional right to do what you're doing, and this individual, thank you for responding to my video and commenting. I really appreciate it. Just next time, if you want to, insult me, just spell it out for me. Thanks.